The Guardian creates a homeopathic remedy out of the body's entire bioenergetic signature.
You can take a picture of your bioenergetic signature, amplify it, and put it back to the body so that it acts like a microphone. It's in a sense, yelling back at your body as to what to pay attention to.
As I place my hand on the input plate of the Guardian is reading through a high impedance, highly sensitive input circuitry. It's reading my biological signature.
Bioenergetic technology poses an interesting challenge to the Western scientist. The honest scientist recognizes that the theories are valid because they work. The obstacle to Western thought is expressing those theories and concepts in Western terms. Open your mind, because it is there, in your mind, that the body as an energetic system begins. The Guardian uses the body's energy system to create a powerful homeopathic remedy.
All parts talk to each other. We really are an integrated whole. We have an arm, we have legs, we have a heart, we have a stomach, and we tend to, especially in the West, think of ourselves as body parts. And really what we are is an integrated whole bioenergetic being with all parts talking to all the other parts and in a constant state of fluctuation trying to establish or maintain balance, which we call health.
And the majority of the energy releases that come from body processes are in the form of thermal energy or heat. However, there has to be electromagnetic radiation also emanating from the body. Probably the most likely thing that we can conceive of is that this radiation is electromagnetic, as all electrical or magnetic waves release energy in the form of radiation, which has specific waveform and therefore a specific frequency and a wavelength, all the properties of waves.
Another aspect of the biofrequency approach is that, our body from a cellular perspective has its own set of communication. It's like our own unique language at the cell level. Our immune system communicates with cells, communicates with different pathogens, toxins and things in our body. And what happens a lot of times is the body becomes so out of balance that this frequency or communication at the cell level becomes disrupted. So what happens is the immune system has a harder time identifying what's good and what's bad. White blood cells, different immune cells in the body do use frequency to communicate back and forth. So another wonderful aspect to the Guardian, again, is that we're able to really help kind of reset, reestablish that balanced communication frequency on a daily basis.
Each person has a unique energetic frequency, and this personalizes the Guardian's output.
The body, if you take a certain individual and you sum up all of the frequencies moving in that person's body at any given time, together their frequency makes what we call a bioenergetic signature. And this bioenergetic signature is unique to each individual, and within a person, it can change at any given time.
But I believe you're taking your body signature, what is in that signature is the sum total of what's happening in your body. All of your organs, all of your nerve transmissions are constantly being generated in a living organism. You're taking these, and that includes the good things as well as things that may be out of tune. The food that we eat, the water that we drink, the places that we go, the clothes we wear, anything that we come in contact with affects our total body signature. This signal is a compound, complex signature.
Another unique aspect I find with the Guardian unit is its ability, again, to really personalize a remedy for the individual. Our bodies emit an infinite amount of frequencies which can not only change daily but can change by the minute. So having the ability now to actually imprint these varying frequencies and to be able to re-imprint, frequently with the unit. Now what we're doing is we're really focusing in on what we like to call kind of that individual biofrequency thumbprint that all of us have. I mean, all of our frequencies are going to be unique.
Eigen is a German word that means unique, individual, specific, so that even in twins, there are certain differences. They would have their eigen identity. And so each of us has an eigen fingerprint. Theoretically, my fingerprint is different from 6 billion others on the face of the earth. Each of us has an eigen electromagnetic frequency, so that somebody might be 78.1 out to the 10th decimal, and somebody else might be 78.2 out to the 10th decimal, etc. So we have this unique energetic frequency as well as our unique facial features and our unique fingerprints.
The Guardian, as a homeopathic instrument, potentizes the user's unique energetic signature.
A homeopathic remedy that has been made from something to cause a bacterial throat infection, diluted past the point of any physical molecular structure so that it is considered an energetic medicine, ingested, and what that does is it signals the body in a very clear, loud way to pay attention to this particular bacterial cause of the infection, the throat infection. So the body mounts a tremendous response to this energetic signal it's getting and uses its own natural method to balance this bacterial infection, and the body clears it faster than it would have if this signal wasn't given. What we can do with the bioenergetic devices today, like the Guardian imprinter, we can actually pick up your bioenergetic signature, which, if you were to have that same sore throat, is contained within your bioenergetic signature.
In traditional homeopathy, one essentially takes the energy out of a physical substance, whatever it may be. I mean, it could be salt, it could be any compound, and the energy, not the molecules, but the energy essentially from the DNA of the product or the core nucleus of the product is put into the water by succussion and dilution. Allopathic medicine is concentrated on what I would call gross physical energy. This is still energy. My hand, my body are physical energy as well as electrical and chemical. And homeopathic medicine is concentrated on the gross thing. Drugs, very gross. Surgery, very gross, very appropriate, especially in acute injuries and illnesses. But if you can do it at a subtle level, at an energetic level, chemical energetic, nuclear energy energetic, solar energetic, if you will, then you have no possibility, essentially, of harming anybody. Applying a homeopathic preparation is about as safe as anything can be.
The Guardian imprints the personalized signature in water, which stores the signature in its molecular structure and radiates it back into the body.
As humans, we're bioenergetic beings, and we're also about 70% water. And water has memory, and that's being proven in several different disciplines right now. And water as memory is very effective.
The water is an interesting substance. Liquid water is, of course, composed of individual molecules of water. Chemically, two hydrogens with an oxygen in the chemical sense. And these individual water molecules are very interesting because they have a property called the dipole. And a dipole, in electromagnetic terms, is like having opposite charges, plus and minus. And each water molecule has that feature. That's not to say that it has a charge that is like an electrical charge that remains on the molecule, but it behaves as if it were like a charge called a dipole. Now, these dipoles can be activated in different ways, but what happens in liquid water, all the individual water molecules join together, they hook up their opposite dipoles, like plus and minus attract, and form these very long chains of water molecules in a liquid state. And we get very long chains of water molecules. You know, for example, in a very small amount of water, you can have trillions upon trillions of these long chains. Now, these long chains behave differently from the individual water molecules. For one thing is they're going to have a very low frequency, and therefore any electromagnetic signals associated with these chains will be of the low frequency kind, which means low energy kind. So it's mainly the rotational effects of these long chains of water molecules that are apparently sensing these released signals that are being imposed on the water. And the water molecules apparently can receive these low frequencies and couple them with their motions, because the frequencies of these long chains is going to be of that order of magnitude. Now, my concept would be, and strictly it's my opinion, that because of the frequency matching with the motions of the water molecules in the liquid with the frequency that's emanating from the source, that we get what's called electromagnetic radiation storage in the water. It somehow is storing this within its structure.
There's a resonance, there's an exchange of information, bioenergetic information, that goes on between the body and the remedy. So if your remedy is in an ampule that has your bioenergetic signature greatly amplified, and you wear it on your body, there's this constant exchange of information.
The body uses the remedy in the way it deems most appropriate, focusing on the biggest imbalance first, regardless of symptoms.
As prevention, we don't always know what the imprinter's doing, but we know the body is taking this information and using it as a way to reestablish balance. So if you have something unbeknownst to you that's out of balance, since we can't see right inside us, we don't always know how the body's going to use the information it receives from the imprinter. But I have people responding that they may have gotten the imprinter for the arthritis in their knee, yet they tell me, wow, my sensitivity to light is improving. My taste buds seem more acute. My memory is better. Or I get up in the morning and I have more energy. So even though their knee pain might not yet be better, all of these other things they're noticing are improving, and they're not doing anything except the imprinter. So that's pretty good feedback that the body's utilizing this information in the way it deems most appropriate. So as a tool of prevention, absolutely.
My true feeling, I think, on the Guardian is it's an incredible preventive tool. You know, a lot of what we teach in our clinic is kind of that ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. And I think today, with the toxins that we're exposed to, environmental toxins, electromagnetic fields, which can cause electrical disruptions in the body, chemicals in foods, preservatives. You know, if you just flip over a box or a package of food and look at what's in food today, it's pretty incredible, all the chemicals that are used for preserving. But all this goes into our body and begins to create a toxic load, which can upset biochemistry. It can upset electrical conductivity in the body. So the Guardian, certainly being that it's supporting all function in the body, including detoxification, you know, liver support, kidney support, lymphatic support. You know, I really feel that it's a wonderful preventive tool for people to use to kind of keep that ongoing maintenance and ongoing balance.
The body uses the remedy in the way it deems most appropriate, focusing on the biggest imbalance first, regardless of symptoms.
Today, unfortunately, we live in a world that is rather burdensome, whether it's the food we eat. There's trace elements of cadmium in most food sources, even organic. The water we drink, the air we breathe, the cell phones we use, the electromagnetic fields that we're bombarded by with radio waves, microwaves, all of that takes a toll on the body, and it pushes us out of balance. So there's effort every day the body has to spend in just maintaining our current level of health, however good or bad that may be. So you use something that gives your body accurate information as to what to pay attention to. If you've talked on the phone for 4 hours on your cell phone, well, use your imprinter. Give your body an accurate sense of where you are right now as a bioenergetic signature. And perhaps that will help your body better balance the ill effects of the cell phone you just talked on for 4 hours.
Somewhere between 95 and 100% of individuals are born totally healthy. And we have this eigen frequency of our DNA and all the organs of our body. As we are stressed physically, chemically, electrically, emotionally, our eigenvalue is still there, the same frequency is there, but the amount of energy, the quantity, the volume is weakened, depleted. And so by taking one's unique frequency out, amplifying it energetically and feeding it back in, you should be able to recharge and re-energize that person's life energy force.
Well, using the Guardian, when let's say you're focusing in on maybe one target that has been an imbalance for quite some time, what I find, I think, with the Guardian is that, again, there may be that one frequency out of that infinite amount that we're able to pick up and get the body to really nudge and focus in on. But there also may be some sub-frequencies. There could be a variable of a dozen frequencies or 100 frequencies that in combination may make up that one imbalance. And again, we're really able to capture now and kind of zero in on what that 1, 10, 50, or 100 particular frequencies combined may be causing that major disturbance.
Energy tools are the medicine of the future.
Bioenergetic medicine, in my opinion, is going to be the direction medicine takes. And it's a non-invasive, effective balancing method that we're just scraping the surface of what it can do. I see limitless possibilities here.
Well, I think that the public is increasingly aware that, yes, you may need drugs and you may need surgery in acute, serious illnesses. But if you want to stay healthy and prevent illness, then you got to keep your energy balanced. And I think we will have improved and increasing use of energetic tools to help us balance our energetic frequency.